If it's okay with you, David, I'll pass it over. You can kind of share with us a little bit more about these BD Butler updates and what's new.
Absolutely. So we've gone over BD Butler now in the last couple webinars since it's been released, and it seems like it's been a big hit so far, which we're very happy about. So won't go into too much detail about kind of how it's worked up until now. We'll go into a little bit more detail about the most recent update to it, but just kind of a quick overview. Most AI tools, they give you content, they can give you some code, but typically that's mostly where it stops. You still have to figure out on your own, what to build, how to improve it, how it performs, things like that. And BD Butler is really starting to change that. It started off as, we like to call it, an AI vibe coding assistant, kind of a personal AI developer that could help you build pages, emails, widgets, which means potentially custom functionality. And now it's really starting to go beyond just building into helping you understand the actual business behind your website. So what was BD Butler? Up to this point, like I mentioned, BD Butler was kind of the built-in AI vibe coding assistant. You kind of describe what you want in plain English to BD Butler, and BD Butler helps create it for you, whether that's a whole new web page, a new section on an existing web page, improving a web page, creating custom code, email content, or just some other improvements around your website. And because BD Butler actually remembers the conversation that you have with it, just like as if you were chatting with ChatGPT or Gemini or any other kind of AI LLM, you can keep refining that result that BD Butler is building for you step by step instead of having to start over every time. And so it's not just kind of a one-off sort of thing. So that was the first big leap, was making things easier to build and being able to iterate and improve on what BD Butler was building for you. So you didn't have to do it all in one shot. Now, with this phase 2 that's begun rolling out with BD Butler, it's really exciting because this is really the beginning of the next leap for BD Butler. So it's no longer just helping you build and improve your website, but it's starting to understand your actual business. So now BD Butler has access to some of the most important data on your website. So that's your website's revenue numbers, your members, and your member categories. So this means it can actually start to provide insights. It can help you spot trends. It can help suggest smarter growth opportunities based on what's actually happening on your website. And like I mentioned, this is just the beginning. So more data tables are going to be coming next. They're going to be coming soon. So BD Butler will have more access and really access to all of the data on your website. So that includes your website's posts, leads, reviews, widgets, everything else. So as this phase 2 starts to roll out, BD Butler is really evolving from just an AI developer, an AI vibe coding assistant, into something a whole lot more powerful, which is really a built-in business analyst for your website. And again, not just for your website, but for the actual business behind your website. So some really exciting stuff here. Again, this is kind of just phase 1 of the phase 2 rollout. So right now, BD Butler has access to your website's revenue, members, and member categories, and it'll have access to more data as the days and weeks go on.
That's great. Yeah. And when he mentions access, basically what it has is what your own API can do. It can kind of read your site's information. It's like you're having a conversation with it about your transaction history or about your members. And that's basically what it is. So it's basically you just asking it to kind of, again, synthesize the information that you're already seeing on your site, where maybe search filters might be lacking in the admin. The BD Butler can surmise insights for you and trends about your site. So kind of let me show you one of my favorite things of the new BD Butler abilities that it can do with regards to revenue and members and member categories. So let's go right now. We have to go to where BD Butler is available. It's going to be available in more places, but let's do a couple things. Let's spin up a couple of these pages here together. And we'll ask it to do a few things for those who are not familiar with BD Butler. Let's say this. Let's say make a landing page about us with teams. Contact form, and we'll say story timeline about our inception. We'll just let it go with that. I think the name, this is a test site we have here. And let's talk about some of the insights. I'll go to this site that has some of the dummy data. So here was one example. Which category has made the most revenue? Let's duplicate this and let's ask it to do a few things. Let's say list all my categories. We'll get to a few examples here. And let's duplicate this again. Let's ask it a revenue question for a company that has recurring revenue. Say, what's my monthly recurring revenue? And how much have we made this year? And let's do one more, couple things here. Let's duplicate this. How much revenue from leads have we made this year? So if you're selling leads to your members, you can ask it those questions. And let's do one more here. Let's say break down revenue this year compared to last year. And again, all this would be available to you in the transaction history page, but the search filters are not there. So with BD Butler, we're able to kind of get an advantage with that. So let's see here where we're at. So let me just hit yes to this. Let me zoom in one here, create a landing page. Yes. And I'll jump around for just a second, then we'll get into some of the Q&A. So which category has made the most revenue? Also, it's intelligent enough to know how to link in some cases to relevant pages. So this takes us to the boxing gym page on this demo site that we have. The other question I asked it, I said, list all my categories. It does have a limit to a degree. So in this case, it listed 82 categories on the site. You can even, and it's done it. It said how many members here. So here's a cool one about the categories. List only my categories that have paying members, right? So this is an interesting one. So you can see which categories on your site are driving the most revenue. I didn't even think about this until it was released. I'm like, this is so helpful to get that information. So here's a breakdown. I said, what's my monthly recurring revenue and how much have we made this year? So it's linking the website plan names again. This is a dummy site. So it says your MRR is 4 million. Again, this is a test site. We've just done hundreds of test transactions on this site. It says how many subscribers there are, and it breaks it down by the most popular plan. And then it gives insights at the bottom here. This is actually pretty cool. It says the Majestic plan makes up about 80% of your MRR, year-to-date unit economics, whatever it's saying for the insights. And let's go down here and see what the insights were for this one. All right, we asked it, list only my categories that have paying members. So it's listing categories, saying how much revenue that we've generated from these categories. So very cool breakdown here. And then it provided the insights down here too. Several high revenue categories: boxing gym, 807 pounds or dollars, tanning salons and beauty salons. So many categories have paid members but report zero revenue. So they're on paid plans but have zero revenue. Again, this is a test site, so we're going to have these kind of inconsistencies here. Let's go to this next one. I said, how much revenue from leads have we made this year? So on this test site, we sold one lead. It's generated $5.20. And again, the insights at the bottom are just super cool. Okay, and let me say, and how many all time? So referring to leads. Breakdown revenue this year compared to last year. It asked a follow-up question. Let me just respond yes. We'll come back to that. Okay. So very cool stuff. This is available to you guys now. We can also do something else like who are my top paying members, right? So let's enter that in. And the responses take about, just depends. Sometimes it could be 15 seconds, but asking, yeah, that was 24 seconds there. So asking these questions, not asking it to like design a page, kind of take about 15 to 30 seconds for it to respond. So what did I ask it? I asked it break down revenue this year compared to last year. So revenue this year is 64K as an example, and last year, it did last year the same time, January to March 25th, and it compared how much revenue from year to date this time. I see that's what it did. Same time, same period. That's what it was confirming. So very cool stuff there. And then I can also say this. This is a good one. What's my churn rate last year? And it's actually, you can see how many subscriptions started and stopped during a certain time frame, and then calculate what that churn rate is for you. So let's go to this question here. I asked it, who are my top paying members? Again, this is a test site here. So top 10 paying members. It created a list of them and how much revenue that they've done. Another cool thing it can do is you can ask it about your coupons. So you can say which coupon code has been used the most and how much discount have we given out. You can ask it which member has received the most discounts from using a coupon code also. So you can ask it, again, that's a new thing, right? Just ask it about your promo codes and you can get insights on how your coupon codes are being utilized, how many people used it for the first time, and so on and so forth. So I asked it for the churn rate last year. So it did a search from all of 2025. 6 people started, new members during period 99, 0 cancellations. It's a test site, so 0% churn rate, but we can see the calculations it's going through for us. And this is great for your site. You can also ask it, how many free members do I have? How many paid members do I have? How many people have upgraded their membership plan? You can ask it things like that. So super cool stuff. But when you talk about revenue and you're talking about a site that has recurring revenue monthly or annually or what have you, there are a lot of technical insights that you want. Here's an even better one. What's the lifetime value of my members, right? What's the lifetime value? You can also see the average spend per customer. What's the average price point that they're spending on your site throughout a year? This can help you with pricing strategy to see if there's a certain price point that people are more comfortable paying. You might want to lean your middle price product to that price point. So ARPU, average revenue per user, churn rate, monthly recurring revenue, and more. And you guys will probably come up with more things than I'm kind of throwing off the handle here, but this kind of gives you an idea of what you can do. So in this case, I asked it which coupon code has been used the most and how much discount have we given out. So again, this is a dummy site with kind of dummy coupon codes. So this coupon code here, it's been used once. Let's actually click on it. It should take us to the page filtered for that coupon code right here. This is the coupon code dropdown. And we can see here that it was, again, this is a test site, so the numbers are kind of just as a joke, but $16,000 discount or whatever it was from this coupon code here. Order revenue, 6,000 revenue. So whatever it might be, but you can ask it questions like this and get super insights about what's happening on your site. So I get excited about it. Let's see what it made here for the landing page. This was the first iteration. And this is kind of where I think the BD Butler is smart, but it's still kind of simple, we'll say. I won't use the D word. It can make you a landing page. It can make you a custom widget or module. In its next iteration, we're going to teach it how to make components for your site. So you can ask it to create a component that, for example, create a module that streams all my recent plumbers from Houston in a module. And it will know how to connect to the database, code it up for you, and actually create that for you. So right now it can read what's currently there or create from scratch, and you can continue iterating with it. But the next phase will be to create based on what's available in your database. So that will be super cool. Let's see what it's done here in this example. I said make an about page with a story timeline. Okay, pretty clean. Got team members. Think it could use a little more color and obviously images that actually correspond. But this is a great starting point for a page here. And of course, we can edit whatever we want to edit further, or we can iterate with it and tell it to do more things.